Hey everybody, Richard Razor Sharp here, and in this video on my Camera for Barbers series, I want to just talk about what type of lens do you want when you're choosing a SLR or mirrorless camera if you're going to buy one. You've got two options. You can either go for prime lenses or you can go for telephoto zoom lenses. So let's just touch on both of them and what the benefits of both are. Okay, so firstly, prime lenses. One of the benefits of prime lenses is that they generally have a low aperture. The aperture determines how much light goes into the lens. So if you're going to be doing photography in a lower light condition, then it will enable more light to get into the lens to take a better quality photo. If you have a higher aperture, then not as much light is going to get in. You may need to use something like a flash gun if you do need more light, okay, versus natural light. All right, so that's one benefit of a prime lens. You've got great examples like the 50mm 1.8 aperture prime lens that you can get, for example, for Canon, for Sony. I think Nikon or Nikon have their version as well, and they generally do affordable versions of those lenses for like between I think 100 to 100 to 200 pounds or so. Okay, so that's one benefit. The other benefit of a prime lens is they can be very good for portrait photography. So particularly for barbers now, if you're wanting to do great portrait shots, head shots of your cuts, then that's where a prime lens can come in really handy. Now, if you're looking at the downside of a prime lens, it would be that it has no adjustable focal length. So if you want to get a closer shot of a client's hair, you have to physically move because the lens doesn't adjust its focal length. All right, so that's a downside, potentially depending on what kind of photography you want to do or what kind of videography you want to do. Now, in terms of a telephoto zoom lens, the benefit is that you don't have to move around. You can zoom in and out and get the kind of composition and the shot that you want without having to physically move. But the downside is zoom lenses generally tend to have a higher aperture, which means it lets less light in. It also means you don't get as good a bokeh effect, like for example what you're seeing with this video where the background is blurred out but my face is in focus. That's what we refer to as bokeh. So you get less of that with a higher aperture lens. And also, if you want to get a zoom lens with a lower aperture, they tend to be significantly more expensive as well. So if you're on a budget, that could be a downside for you. So that is, in very brief, the kind of pros and cons of both types of lenses, and it's really about deciding what you want and what would work best for you. If you just wanted to do photos, get some really good portrait headshots, etc., then that might be then the prime lens might be what's right for you. But if you do want to be able to move about a bit, maybe get wide angles and things like that, then you may want to go down the telephoto zoom lens option. I hope that's been useful for you guys. If you do have any more questions, please leave in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them for you. Take care, guys. Peace.